Okay, so our topic for today is we are now in the week 14, and we're going to discuss about the systems integration and architecture. Okay, now, but of course, before we start, let me again introduce to you the learning outcomes of our topic for today. So, the first one is at the end of our discussion, you'll be able to map a software architecture created in a design to a physical system architecture that executes it. And the second learning outcomes will be to determine how enterprise integration approaches and best practices such as SACMAN framework and ITIL are used by an organization. Okay, so our main goal for today is for us to be able to understand how do we map a software architecture, and we're going to determine how enterprise integrates, what are the approaches that we can use, or that we can, so that we can determine, no, the enterprise integration. Okay, so what are these approaches? So to start with, let me first discuss to you now the enterprise system integration. Now, to give you a short background, but somehow you use connected devices. So we have learned about some devices that can be connected to the systems like Alexa, or we have the smart watches, cell phones or smartphones. Um, we've learned that these devices can be connected to perform the everyday actions. Now, in the workplace, enterprise systems for accounting, customer relationship, management, and enterprise resource planning have also become increasingly connected. So as you may know, majority or almost 90% of the companies nowadays, especially those big companies, diba, they are now using complex uh, architecture, or they have integrated a system architecture, especially yung big companies that are very complex. Okay? So, this may include, no, yung mga tinatawag nating sa mga accounting processes nila, how they deal with their customers, the enterprise resource planning. So marami yan, no? Pagpapasok kayo sa mga companies, and you will be amazed how this this technology have evolved, no, from, if you're going to compare it from the past. I think business will not survive, no, nowadays, if there is no computer, if there is no technology. Okay, so as we can see, technology is very important. So this is why businesses uh, kept on upgrading and making sure that they have integrated an enterprise system. Okay, so majority of us or businesses rely on dozens of different applications, okay, to keep our business, or to keep our the business running smoothly. So known as enterprise system integration, which is what we call, ang ginagawa niya, connecting enterprise system and maximizes the value of each solution to the organization. Okay, so that is why computer IT or mga IT professionals, okay, or yung mga knowledgeable in computer architecture, they are very in demand nowadays, because that's the trend now, no? Technology keeps on updating, okay? And business also have to uh, keep updated also, 'di ba? So from time to time they need to update, they need to upgrade their technology in order to para makasabay sila, no, sa current demand, no, ng technology nowadays. Okay. Now, in the modern enterprise, all your systems and technologies across the business ecosystem must work together as a functioning, well-oiled machine. So parang kailangan gumagana siya. So hindi pa pwedeng mag-stop. Okay? So that's the trend now. So lahat ng systems na naka-integrate sa business, hindi pa pwede siyang mag-stop. hindi pa pwedeng masira or huminto. Kaya nga siya tinawag na well-oiled machine. Ibig sabihin, parang yung sasakyan, 'di ba? Pagka maayos yung langis niya or nalalangisan siya lagi, 'di ba? Continuous lang yung kanyang pagtakbo. The same also in the business. No? So hindi siya pwedeng naiiwanan siya. So it should be continuously upgrading, updating no yung system. Okay? Now, this may include the process built around these applications and systems and the people managing those process. So it is not only the technology, it is not only the process or the applications that needs to be updated or upgraded, okay? But also the people who are also using them. Kasi kahit na mag-upgrade sila ng system nila, but if the people who will be using them uh, is not knowledgeable, no, or not updated also, so there will be a problem with that. So ito yung tinatawag natin business ecosystem na integrating the system, no, properly. Okay? So, like for example, digital transformation. No? In digital transformation changes the way companies do business. So, more and more companies are looking to create ERP integration or enterprise resource planning. Okay. Now, this is the most common na technology or architecture that the businesses are using nowadays. So I'm sure you heard about the enterprise resource planning, wherein each department in the company or the businesses, no, they have their own applications which are integrated, no, in one system. So for example, accounting, meron siyang application, HR, meron din siyang application na ginagamit, marketing, purchasing, sa sales, no? So, these applications are integrated in one architecture. Okay? So, hindi pa pwedeng, like for example, sa maintenance, no? Wala siyang application na gagamit or hindi siya naka-integrate sa system. So, sa mga companies ngayon, that is how they work. Okay? So, we will learn more about that, no? Enterprise system integration. So, in the first part of our discussion ngayon, so we're going to know more about enterprise system integration. Just like what I've said, no, businesses are craving, no, to have that in their business. Okay, especially yung mga malalaking company. But how about the small companies? So I think little by little they learned, no, to integrate some systems in their business, especially nowadays, no, yung sa mga startups, so they start to come up with yung online transactions. So they need to have integrated yung kanilang devices para mag-accept, mag-receive ng orders at mag-receive ng payment. So doon pa lang sila nag-start. But later on, if they will be successful in their business, so little by little nagkakaroon ng integration ng iba pang mga applications like pag marami ng demand, no, marami nang bumibili ng orders ng orders sa kanila. So of course, they need to have another, mag-acquire na sila ng mga personnel, di ba, natutulong. So another application will be applied or integrate, no, sa current system nila, wherein hiring people, managing people, yung salary nila, di ba? And of course, another will be, pag lumalaki yung business, another will be, application will be integrated sa system nila like payroll, di ba? So, paano magko-compute ng kanilang salaries and so on. So, little by little, they need to upgrade, no, to integrate some applications for their company. So that is what happening sa mga small companies. But in the big companies, no, nakaan na yan, talagang they hire people, no, to really analyze what are the needs of the system for the future functions, no, for the future integration. So, yan. Now, let us, we have here the enterprise system integration. So, it is a process, when we say enterprise system integration, it is a process of connecting connecting what existing systems to share and communicate information. So this is what I'm trying to say earlier, no? Na you continue to connect different systems, okay, to another system. So that is integration. Pag sinabi nating integration, kino-combine natin or kino-connect natin. Now, the purpose of that is to exchange information and to communicate, no, with the other system. Like for example, if you have integrated human resource system application, okay, it should be sometimes we need to have yung payroll connected, di ba? Kasi paano siya lalagyan ng payroll? 'Di ba? So it needs to get the data or information from the human resource department, like yung kanilang attendance, 'di ba? Yung pagpasok nila, yung mga absences nila, how much will be the salary of the employee, ano pa yung kanilang mga leaves, benefits. So it should be integrated. No? So meron silang common information na meron silang mga information that needs to be shared. Okay? So that is connecting existing systems to share and communicate information. Yan. Now, the main purpose of enterprise system integration is what? To simplify simplify IT processes and increase agility across business. Now, what we mean by that, no? Mas pag sinabi nating simplifying and agility, no, para mas mabilis maging smooth ang transaction, faster and easier, 'di ba? If we make the system simple, it will be easier for the user, no, to use. And then an enterprise integration, in enterprise integration, we are using IT-enabled systems to integrate business application into a single larger system. Okay? Like for example, San Miguel Corporation system. Okay? Yan. So, they have different applications, but they are integrated in one IT-enabled system. Okay? So, from the smaller systems or applications, so it was integrated into a single larger system. Okay? That it will allow now all applications to functionally work together. Now, before kasi pag nung wala pang system, what the other departments do is that they will compute the HR will go to the accounting office for the submission of the attendance of the employees, 'di ba? So, pagkatapos kukomputin ng payroll and then dadalahin na ngayon sa ibang department, no? But with the integration of the different systems, okay, much easier kasi you will just give the accounting and access to the human resource attendance monitoring of the employees, then they can easily get the information that they need. No, so if the accounting wants to know or the finance department wants to know how much is the sales for today, so they can easily know that, 'di ba? By just accessing the information from the sales department, okay, or from the marketing department. Now, if they want to purchase something, no, so para malaman nila kung ano yung mga supplies na kakailanganin nila, so they will have to go or to check the inventory materials or the inventory or the supplies of the materials, no, sa warehouse, so they can easily check that kung ilan ang kulang, ano yung mga dapat na mga products or materials na kailangan nilang i-order, so they can already determine that. Okay, so that's the benefit of having an enterprise system integration in a company. Now, even if they are in a one region or in another location, no, they can easily communicate. They can also connect yung application na yan doon sa ibang sa main branch, parang gano'n, no? So, like for example, if I am the owner or the manager of or the head, no, ng sales department ng SM main, no? So if I want to know how much is the sales ng Cebu, SM Cebu for the day. No, or I want to know what is happening no sa finances ng SM Cebu. So I can easily access no I have the access to that no. So that's the beauty of enterprise system integration. So as a network architecture installer or developer, di ba? So you need to what? You need to simplify the IT process so that those who will be using, no, who will be using the system will doesn't have will not have the hard time in what do you call this? Should be user friendly. So that's the term, no? Hindi sila mahirapan na gamitin yung system because it's easy, it's simple, and it's agile. Okay? Now, integrating business application into a single, larger system. Okay? Now, because enterprise often have so many different software applications running simultaneously, it's easy for an environment to grow so complex that it's too difficult to manage efficiently and bogs down processes. So that is why you need to what? Make it simplify it. Kasi minsan, ang tendency kasi ng mga IT, no, ng mga nagbi-build ng network architecture ng system sa isang company, no, parang gusto nila na magpa-ano, yun alam mo yon yung magpasikat, no? So, lagyan natin ng ganito or make it like this and this one. So, maraming mga suggestions and comments. But of course, dapat ang nasa mind natin is the user, no? How they're kasi tayo lang naman ang mag-integrate, eh. Tayo lang naman ang magbi-build ng architecture ng network sa kanila. So, we are not the one who will use it. Okay? So, if we're going to install network or gagawa tayo ng system for a specific company, ang nasa mind dapat natin is ilalagay natin yung ating sarili doon sa gagamit. No? Kung pag ginamit ba nila ito, mahirapan ba sila? So you have to check that. No? So, alam niyo ba yung mga simpleng kulay lang ng mga web page design niyo, no, yung pati mga logo or banners yan. So you have to think kung ano yung makikita ng ano yung ma-experience ng mga users ninyo. Okay? Masakit ba sa mata yan? No, so or madali bang hanapin yung button? Nare-read ba siya ng maigi? So you have to put yourself in the shoes of those who will use. Kasi later on or after you work, no, after you have installed the system, 'di ba? So hindi na kayo yung gagamit, sila na 'yon. Okay? So you have to make sure that it should be simple, hindi siya complex, no? Na mahihirapan yung gagamit. So as much as possible. Okay? So yan. And then enterprise system integration. So let's continue. Most large companies use at least several kinds of software and data systems that can benefit from enterprise system integration. So at least may idea na tayo sa enterprise system integration. Now, what are those software or systems that normally used by the enterprise? Okay? So, eto normally to, yung mga malalaking companies. So they already have this, no? Yung customer relationship management. Okay? These are some of the reasons, di ba, minsan, may tatawag sa inyo o may magte-text sa inyo, makaka-receive kayo yung mga text messages, no, that mga promotions or nagpa-follow up kayo. No, because maybe, no, one way or another, when you bought a certain product or nag-inquire kayo sa isang product over by phone or pumunta kayo sa isang store and you inputted your information there, no, you will be part of the customer relationship management already. So that is why sometimes you can receive promotions, you can receive update about their products, or you can receive yung copy ng iyong halimbawa credit card, no, gumagamit ka ng credit card. So from time to time you will receive an update of the status of your payments or magkano na lang yung credit limit mo, or you receive na yung credit card mo ginamit sa pagbili ng ganito. Okay? So, because they have integrated already yung customer relationship management nila. So, meron lang silang database niyan. And they can see, no, yung sometimes yung activities mo. Okay? And then also, this is being used, no, to follow up with their customers, yung mga after sales. Now, when we say after sales, ano ibig sabihin ng after sales? Bumili ka ng isang product, like for example, computer, bumili ka sa Apple, okay? Bumili ka. So, pag bumili ka dun kasi, ibibigay mo yung mga information mo, no? So, as customer, as the one who bought the product, di ba? So, contact number and everything. And then, nagkaroon ka ng problem sa binili mo, so you need to go there or to follow up. You need to contact the support department. So, pupunta ng website, syempre kailangan mong mag-sign up, di ba? Para maka-access ka. So, papasok na ngayon yan sa kanilang customer relationship management. And then from time to time, so you will have communication, no? Nagpa-follow up sila, they can give you feedback and everything, and sometimes promotions. Okay? So, yan, customer relationship management. And of course, they have also supply chain management. Okay, when we say supply chain management, this is how businesses manages their supplies. So what does it mean yung mga supplies? Ibig sabihin, if I am a business who are doing bags, no, or who are into bags, di ba? So what are the supplies that I will be needing? Okay, so of course I need mga leathers or textiles, no, and other materials that I will need in order to produce my product, di ba? So, may mga companies that they install this one, so they can manage or they can be able to see what are the stocks, how many stocks that they still have, anong materials ang paubos na or mabenta or something like that, no? Or kailan darating yung kanilang in order, or kailan sila mag-shift ng kanilang product. So, it's all integrated in this supply chain management. And of course, they also integrate sometimes business intelligence and analytics. Now, I think this is very important, especially sa mga malalaking companies, business intelligence and analytics. They can, with this kind of our software, so they will be able to know no kung kumikita ba yung company, 'di ba? Or anong mga branches ng kanilang business ang nalulugi. Okay, so kasi analytics 'yan. So pumapasok lahat ng mga transactions, everything. So lahat ng mga activities they can monitor. Okay? And when monitoring, they give them feedback, no? So mga sales, a number of employees, supplies. So, nandiyan lahat yan. So, and they can come up with an analysis. Ang computer na mismo o yung software na mismo ang nag-represent, no, ng analysis nila. Like, sabihin natin na if you want to find out, no, yung if you want to find out yung comparison ng sales from past years, no, from 5 years. So, the business and intelligence analytics can give that to you. So may analysis na agad, no? So pwedeng sabihin niya na for the 5 years at last year ito yung parang kinita niya, and now medyo nalugi tayo or bumaba yung kita, something like that. So they can give you an analysis about what you want to know about the company. And of course, they have human resources data. Yan. And internal and marketing communications, accounting software, and enterprise resource planning. So, depende sa company, no, kung ano yung kanilang mas need, no, na kunin na applications or software. But mostly, they are using, pagka ginawa na natin sila ng halimbawa, enterprise resource planning or ERP. So, minsan kasama na yung accounting, kasama na yung human resources data, internal and marketing communications. So there are applications na naka-integrate na yung entire system na kakailanganin ng company. Okay? Yan. So, Eto na yung mga example lang ito ng mga system integration. Yan. Okay, so let's proceed to the next slide, which is integration architecture. Another term that we need to know is integration, system integration, and deployment. Okay, so system integration in deployment is the integration architecture. And integration architecture is a software architecture that facilitates the integration of multiple IT components. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina no, sa mga example natin. We have here, ito yung mga example natin. No? So, naka-integrate na dito yung iba't ibang mga IT components. Okay? Yan. So, this architecture changes with advances in cross-platform utility. And other development paradigms for new kinds of digital operations. And integration is helping different software programs to communicate. So it uses specialized tools for embedding applications, like application programming interfaces or what we call the APIs. So ito yung tinatawag nating embedding application. And it is made specifically for the purpose of allowing this kind of integration. Now, we have the cloud-based architecture is one of the most popular for use in integration architecture nowadays. Okay, so this now become a new options, no, in the current situation natin. Okay, so naging popular na siya ngayon. But before, people are adamant, no, they are afraid or they have doubts, no, if they're going to use cloud-based architecture because they are afraid about the integrity and security of the cloud-based. But because of what happened, no, from the past, no, yung two years natin, so we tend to businesses tend to shift, no, from their current architecture into the cloud-based architecture because it's easier and it's less expensive. Okay. Now, the using tools like APIs, middleware, and other resources engineers cobble toward together workable architectures that successfully integrate their many parts. So when applied to business, this is often called enterprise application integration, and it is done to support key business goals. So enterprise application integrations, integrated architectures that can be applied to business. And it uses APIs, middleware, and other resources. Okay, next is the key to selecting enterprise integration platform requires centers on the company's ability to recognize what it is it actually needs from the integration solution. So before you can come up with an enterprise integration software, no, so you need to know ano ba yung requirement. Okay? You need to before you can give solution. So what are the problems or what needs to give solution? Okay? So we do not just want to apply or integrate a system that will not give or provide solution to the user or to the business, right? So dapat it will solve the current problem, no, that are facing by the company or the business. Now, a modern enterprise integration platform provides the tool and capabilities to enable the speed, agility of today's business requirements, which includes what? System interconnectivity and real-time updates. So again, companies must be aware of how they want to integrate systems application and data and what kinds of partner compliance and customer service level agreement. So pinag-aralan natin 'yan, 'di ba? Last few weeks, no, yung mga paano tayo gagawa ng ating contract, 'di ba? Service level agreement. So, they must what are the things that they must meet, no? Again, so you also need to know, no, as the one who will integrate system, no, what are the needs, again, the needs of the company. So you must be aware about what they want to integrate or what system they want to integrate, what applications they want to apply, what are the needed data, and what kinds of partner compliance, no, yung uh, kailangan nila. Okay? Same also sa company, just like what we discussed also sa paggawa ng contract. Ano yung mga system that the business should also know, no, what are the systems that they want to integrate? Ano yung mga applications na kailangan nila? Ano yung mga data na will be exchanged, no, in the system, no, and that what kind of partner or compliance will need to do. Okay, so a modern enterprise integration platforms, again, provide the tools and capabilities to enable yan, yung speed and agility ng business. So that's one thing that you need to make sure that you give to your customers or to your clients once you integrate business yung software, no? Okay, so again, when we say system interconnectivity, it connects operating systems and applications that power the business. Now, the allure of an enterprise integration platform is that it connects the operating systems and applications, okay, again, that powers the business. It connects employees, customers, partners, processes, and application systems and other technologies within the enterprise. So, the main role ng isang system integration is what? Connect operating systems and applications so that it will give power for the business. When we say power, they can work, no, smoothly, no, it will help solve their problems. Okay, so it will enhance yung kanilang operational activity, 'di ba? So but when you install a system for them, pero at the end, no, medyo nahirapan sila, 'di ba? Nagkaroon ng maraming mga problema or errors. So you're not helping them. So at the end, hindi yung purpose mo to provide an integrated software to simplify yung paggamit nila, pag-operate nila ng business, mas nagkaroon ng problema. So we don't want that, no, to happen to our clients, 'di ba? Hindi natin gustong mangyari 'yon, no? Because in the first place, why they ask you to help them, no? Kasi they want to make their business run smoothly, to operate smoothly, 'di ba? So kung naging failure yung pagbigay natin na so what will happen? So hindi tayo nakatulong sa business. Yan. Okay? So real-time updates. So ensures up-to-date business transactions. So when we integrate a business or a software, okay, you have to make sure that with an enterprise integration platform, you have to make sure that companies are always up to date on the state of their B2B. No, what do we mean by B2B transactions? So when we say B2B, is business to business transaction. So if I want to order, no, materials from another company, so mas easier for me to order kasi I have already the enterprise the software integrated in my system. Okay, so I can also determine kailan siya darating, magkano, or I can track, no, yung mga purchases ko, yung mga orders ko from the past. No, so it's easier for them, no, to make transactions or to see, no, kung ano yung results. So real-time updates. So dapat meron siyang ganon. And Yun yung beauty ng enterprise integration system, real-time update. So hindi na kailangan na hingin ko pa yung data from the other branch para lang i-copy ko and then isasama ko sa aking document, ko-combine ko para at the end makita ko yung result. Hindi na siya ngayon hindi siya dapat ganon, no? With the enterprise integration software, mas madali na lang, 'di ba? So, real-time yung updates. Pag may bumili ng product sa Cebu, no? Ng mga may umorder sa kanila. So, I can easily see na meron umorder from Cebu. Okay? So, kung gusto kong makita kung ilan ang bumili ng product ko sa branch ko sa halimbawa, titinda ko ng bag, 'di ba? And meron akong mga items na nakalagay ano sa mall, no, binebenta sa mall. So I can easily check ilan na yung mga products na nabenta sa branch ng Cebu, branch ng Manila or Makati. So I can easily check that. So I can monitor yung galaw ng aking mga produkto. Real-time updates. That's the beauty of the enterprise integration software. Okay, so I hope that you can see now, no, you appreciate, no, the integrated architecture. Of course, aside from system interconnectivity, real-time updates, meron din tayong um, uh, increased productivity. Now, employees can access information at any given time, 'di ba? So if I am an employee, no, and I want to sabi ng boss ko, for example, bigyan mo ako ng report about what is happening in our branch sabihin natin in Dubai. So I can easily give them, no, the report because real time naman yung information. So I can access, no. So in that way, it improves productivity. No, so if I want to follow up with my customer na hindi natuloy yung purchase niya, yung pagbili niya. Okay, nagdadalawang isip siya. So I can do that using the system, 'di ba? So therefore, it increased productivity ng mga employees, mas nagiging productive sila, mas marami silang nagagawa. Okay? So, again, critical B2B communications becomes streamlined through an enterprise integration solution. So, mas nababawasan yung nasasayang na oras, no, yung effort. Kasi nga, they can just get data, no, habang nakaupo lang sila in a 1 minute they can have the data already, or seconds meron na silang data, no, they can have that. Okay, so advanced technologies aggregate the data, so employees across job functions can access and interpret the information they need at any given time. So hindi na nila kailangan antayin yung HR para sa data na nakakailanganin nila kasi they can just access the net or the computer, no, for the information that they need. Okay? So halimbawa kami as teacher, no, since the information, your names, no, yung inyong data, nakalagay na yan lahat sa system. So we can easily know, no, kung ano na nangyayari sa inyo, ano yung grades mo, ano yung saan ka bagsak, or information about you, kung anong year ka na, next year, ano yung mga subjects na dapat mong kunin. Because from accessing the system, we can already know kung anong level ka. Okay? So, hindi ko na kailangang mag-rummage pa doon sa mga folders para lang malaman ko. No? So, that's the beauty of the enterprise integration software. And, of course, there is what we call the workflow automation. Now, eliminates manual data entry that can cause errors and enhances transparency. Okay, so from an application standpoint, all of an enterprise's in-house applications mula sa CRM or Customer Relationship Management or ERPs, they are already integrated and automated. So, kapag integrated na yan at automated na sila, it eliminates manual data entry na. So, hindi na kailangan mag-encode pa, mag-input pa, no, ng data. Kasi the more you input, the more na paulit-ulit kayo nag-encode at nag-input ng mga data, mas mas prone sa error. Okay? So, therefore, it enhances what? Transparency kasi actual data yung nakukuha mo. No? Like for example, before, no, I don't know kung naabutan nyo yan, no, yung pagpupunta kayo sa mall, yung mga produkto, ipapunch nila yung price no sa machine, papunch nila yung price. Isa-isa yan lahat no. So if you have 20 or more than 20 items na binili no sa mall, lahat yan ipapunch nila isa-isa. Yung price, no? Papunch nila yung pa isa-isa. So therefore, kung makikita niyo yung resibo nila no ang haba-haba niyan, okay? But with the automation, no, system integration, all they need to do is to scan yung barcode na naka-attach doon sa product. So aware naman kayo, 'di ba? So meron siyang mga barcodes na yung mga products na 'yan. So itatapat lang nila yan or scan lang nila yan and then automatic all the informations that are stored in that barcode will automatically go into the system. So, before, pag bumibili ng product, yung price lang ang pumapasok no yung nare-record, no? So, wala siya actually hindi siya nare-record. So, automatic yun kung magkano lang yung price at saka yung total. Yun lang yung may record sila. But with this system integration, hindi na ngayon ganun. Okay? So, sa barcode, nandun na kung nakalagay. Halimbawa, bumili ka ng pants, ng, sabihin natin jug, no, or bench na product, bumili ka ng pants. Yung barcode na yun, andun na yung information about the product. Yung size niya, ano yung brand niya, ano yung model, okay? Magkano yung price or may discount ba yan kung cash or credit card, may something like that. So all the information about the products are already in the barcode. Okay? So therefore, it will be easier na no, nalalaman na ngayon ng system, no, kung halimbawa itong model na to, itong size ng pants na to, ilan ang bumili. Okay? So pag may nabawasan yan, nag-update ngayon yung inventory nila. Okay? So, nabawasan ngayon yung inventory. Halimbawa, sa may bumiling isa, so if they have 100 na sa stocks nila, so nalalaman nila ngayon kung ilan yung na lang yung nasa stocks, ilan pa yung natira. So, it eliminates yung manual data. Pagka nangyari yun, naibasa na yung mga errors. Okay? Mas mabilis na ngayon, no? Yung workflow, naging automated na siya kasi nakakonect na siya sa lahat. Okay? So, that is the number 4 and we have the typical challenges of enterprise integration. Okay. So, ano naman yung mga challenges of enterprise integration? So, while many promises of while the promise of enterprise integration software offers several benefits to improve productivity or increase the connectivity and more, there are some challenges that companies must be aware of first, no? So of course nakita naman natin yung mga benefits nito, no, ng integration, okay? Enterprise integration, nakita natin yung benefits niya, 'di ba? Maganda. But of course, there are also some challenges. When we say challenges or something na medyo may disadvantage, okay, or may problem ng konti. But pag sabi natin challenges, nagagawan pa rin ng paraan. Okay, so ibig sabihin, hindi naman siya talagang sinasabi ng futile na wala ng solution. When we say challenges, medyo may hirap lang ng konti, but it can be worked out. Okay, so an enterprise can take advantage of these integration platforms only when they are cognizant of the risk and potential pitfalls that undergoing a migration system. So meron tayong mga tinatawag na pitfalls. Ano yung mga pitfalls na ito? Ito yung possible na parang nagiging nai-endanger ang system. Okay? Nasa tingin natin parang magiging okay pero at the end pala pero parang hindi pala siya okay. Yan. So, what are these challenges that we need to consider, no, when integrating software in a business. So, of course, we have to take note of the complexity. Sa complexity in a traditional platform. So while connecting all your systems, applications, and business processes, 'di ba, sound appealing sila, no? And pero quite complex naman. So the IT and business side need to be aligned with what the end goals of an enterprise. So hindi lang tayo basta iisip na, or sige, integrate na natin ito. Okay? So we have to make sure, no, or you as an IT professional or the installer, no, the IT and business side need to be aligned, no? Dapat mag-jive sila eh. Okay? And with kung ano yung goals na gusto nilang mangyari, ano yung goals nila, why they want to integrate system. So they need to plan um, and the range of complexity from traditional platforms can create headaches and across the board. Kasi yun talaga yung unang mag-experience na iba. So they sometimes businesses are excited to what integrate software. Okay? So akala nila madali lang. But kung titignan nila the implementation or the integration side, no, yung unang-unang months or first phase na integration, complex yan. So medyo mahirap. Okay? So it might give them the headaches, no, yung sa planning, yung goals, ano yung gustong ma-achieve. So complex. Now, control or lack of thereof. So limited range over different applications. So integration developers actually have a limited range of control over the many different business applications. No, kasi and ikaw yung mag-integrate ng business, so yung mga developers, di ba? So you will have no idea on the complexity of how the business process. 'Di ba? Kasi mag-integrate ka lang eh. So therefore, the business should be able to brief, no, or to discuss, no, clearly sa IT developers about how the business how the business operates. So para at least alam nila kung paano i-integrate, no, yung business, and the management or the business should be able to provide, no, yung parang some control for the IT developers to be able to integrate the business. Kasi syempre there are businesses na ayoko ibigay sa iyo lahat or ayoko i-discuss or disclose sa iyo lahat ng information about my business, no, because baka maalanganin yung business ko. Something like that. So that's the that's the challenge ngayon ng mga IT developers. Kasi hindi nila alam, no, wala silang masyadong idea about how the business operates. So therefore, it's up to the management on how they're going to trust, no, yung IT developers. Okay? So para ma-integrate talaga yung system. And then, of course, we have the standards or different data formats. Now, the challenge with integration is that most messaging systems and applications use different data formats. Alam naman natin yan. So, when that happens, di ba, pumapasok yung mga hindi nagiging compatible, di ba, yung softwares at saka yung system. Okay? So, within an enterprise integration platform, for example, existing XML web services are only responsible for a small portion of integration challenges. Now, standardizing all data exchange to XML, though, isn't feasible. So, ensuring that all pieces of your integration environment are supported by this and capable, no, for the integration. Okay? So, yun yung challenges, yung standardization ng mga applications kasi minsan yung compatibility ng mga applications na ginagamit ng business at yung i-integrate mong software. So baka mamaya they already have the communication or messaging or application that they are using. So ngayon mag-integrate ka ng bagong system. So baka pag pinasok yan o integrate yung software na ginagamit nyo ng business sa bago mo i-apply na system, so baka mamaya magkakaroon ng problema. So, yun yung minsan nagiging challenge na sa mga IT developer. Okay? Yan. And we have to be aware of that. Okay? So, the next one is why modern business requires enterprise integration service. Business transformation is actually ramping up, no? So, fast. Talagang mabilisan na ngayon, no? Yung pag-transform ng business ngayon. So, enterprises must embrace digital trends and choose the right enterprise integration platform to improve business outcomes. Kasi ang competition ngayon, it's not how well the company manages their business, but part of the competition ngayon is that the businesses should be able to adapt, no, to the technology, to the changes in the society, sa technology, sa environment. And of course, lahat yan naka-integrate, no, pinapumapasok na ngayon yung system. So environmental concern, environmental, social, no, economic. So it uses technology nowadays. So ganun na ang ngayon. So therefore, yung mga businesses ngayon talagang they are ramping up, no, they are cramming na to have that system integrated in their business. Okay? So, modernizing digital ecosystem, okay, enables companies to gain a level of data control that they previously have been unable to attain. But several trends stand to impact the digital transformation strategy for 2021. So here are some importantly, here is how an enterprise integration platform can help. So meron tayong tinatawag na legacy technology hinder growth. Okay, companies that continue to use legacy and outdated technology. Pag sinabi nating legacy, okay, are we familiar with the legacy, guys? Na word sa technology? Meron tayong tinatawag na legacy, no, na word, na term, no, sa technology. Now, when we say legacy, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga past na mga data or the informations that are being kept, okay, by the operations or by the business. So, andun yung mga information, lahat-lahat nandiyan. No? So, that's parang archive, no? Yan. Okay. So, there are companies that still continue to use legacy and outdated technologies, no? So, therefore, it results to hindering growth of their business because they simply cannot deliver the agility, okay, and speed that today's pace of business requires. So, kasi ginagamit pa rin nila yung dating technology, mga outdated technologies, at saka yung previous na mga data nila or information. So, legacy environment works and might have been reliable for many years, pero of course, they need to update their technology so that para makasabay sila sa business competition ngayon. Now, the problem, however, is that they are limiting their business growth when they continue to use legacy technology. Okay? They are limiting their business growth when they can easily embrace new technologies, such as cloud storage and data services. These are some of the new technologies, no? And SaaS applications and other business critical solutions. Okay. So, kung ang business ay hindi pa rin open for online transactions, online payment, okay, so they are using yung legacy technology, so it hinders the growth of the business. Okay, so maybe you can propose that, no, to the businesses. Okay, so enterprise integration services are essential to the modernization efforts, and any company that embraces an enterprise integration platform will significantly improve their data exchange capabilities, improve their customer and partner relationships, and reduce costly errors through automated workflows. Yan. Okay. Now, the second one is efficient and quick onboarding is more important than ever. Okay. I'm sure that all of you will agree to that. No? So, onboarding uh, is a new trading partner. Onboarding a new trading partner, customer or supplier must be done as quickly as possible, 'di ba? But it's on the enterprises to ensure that they meet all the proper requirements to successfully onboard a new member of their digital ecosystem. Okay? So, you want to include other stakeholders in your system. So, kailangan efficient yon at mas mabilisan. So this includes supporting multiple protocols including AS2, SFTP, HTTPS, and numerous data formats including EDI, XML, and other flat files. Okay, now a modern enterprise integration systems comes stacked with pre-configured B2B connections to support today's business data needs, so you can get your trading partner up and running in hours or days instead of weeks or months. Okay? So yan yung goal dapat, no? Quick onboarding. So faster partner integration also drastically increases visibility across the ecosystem. When we say ecosystem, we are talking about yung technology, no, that are being used in the industry. Okay? So complete transparency during the onboarding process starts your business relationship off on the right foot, or the business relationship on the right foot. Now, an outside in approach to your environment is business prioritizing important external customer and trading partner relationships. Another reason that companies are prioritizing choosing the right enterprise integration service is that the ways that IT environments have been structured are no longer efficient or conducive to doing business in 2021. Now, the remedy for that is that an approach to create and support end-to-end business flows from the outside in, no, yung papasok, no, from mula sa labas papasok. When we throw the term outside in around. So we are referring to businesses that are establishing an ecosystem integration model. So where they prioritize their important external customers. Of course, in a business, customers plays a very important part in their success, right? So important external customer and trading partner relationships, and they integrate those data flows into their internal system. Okay? So, from outside clients, so clients, when we're talking about the clients, we are talking about customers, or sometimes a business can be a client. Okay? Now, um, so that's it. No? So, B2B application and data integrations. Now, to improve service, offer true differentiation, and drive business value. Okay, mas tumataas, no, yung kumpiyansa ng mga partners, ng mga customers, excuse, sa kanilang sa business. Okay? Dali lang. Yan. Okay, let's proceed to number 4, which is poor enterprise integration services is expensive. Just because you have some form of integration in place does not automatically mean that those integrations are working efficiently. Okay? Now, in fact, improper integrations can actually cost up to a million, no? Millions of losses revenue every year. Okay? So according to the 2021 State of Ecosystem and Application Integration Report. So the sad reality for many enterprises is that their custom-built one-off integrations are inefficient and unreliable and directly lead to a loss of hundreds of orders a year. Now, those poor integrations also can cause you or can cause the business to miss important customers, or what we call the SLAs, no? And which cost you financially and in the form of business credibility. Okay? So if we're able to integrate a software no that will not work at the end, okay, so nalulugo yung company and yung integrity mo as a service provider for them no who will integrate the service, so nawawala, okay, nababawasan yung nasisira yung credibility. So the goal here is to rationalize the important business-to-business applications, integration into a single platform to ensure reliability, simplify maintenance, and the solution lies in embracing the enterprise integration platform um, to consolidate and streamline the data interactions among the entire ecosystem of the business. So, as a business developer, okay, there are so many challenges and there are so many requirements before you can build no a system or you can integrate system to your clients. Okay, so pero of course that's the work no that's the work of the service provider, IT service provider, di ba? So once you have successfully integrate a system no to the business and they appreciate that and perfect no yung pagkaka-integrate nyo. So, it will in return you will gain what? More clients, more business or more partners. Okay? Now, the next one, building a successful integration plan. For an enterprise to have a successful enterprise integration strategy, there are several steps to take before action. Besides evaluating your needs and technologies or evaluating the needs and technologies for the business, and what are the hopes no to reap from improved enterprise integration you need. So, of course, you need to create a roadmap, parang plan. No? When we say roadmap, we are referring to the plan. Okay? So, that's the first step to build a successful integration plan. So, create a roadmap. Saan kayo mag-i-start? So, ano yung mga data na kakailanganin ninyo? Okay? Or, what are the technology that you will be using? What are the connections, standards? So, create a roadmap first kasi ito yung magiging guide ninyo sa pag-integrate ng software sa business or sa system, sa isang company. So, determine metrics to measure strategy effectiveness. Okay. And minimize redundancies. Kasi ito yung ayaw natin, di ba? Kaya nga tayo nag-integrate yung business ng technology to minimize yung redundancies. Ibig sabihin ng redundancies is paulit-ulit na mga transactions na mga activities na ginagawa. Okay? So, kasi, yung cost nito, di ba? Nagbabayad ka sa labor, sa mga tao, okay? Yung time, yan. So, minimize niya dapat yung redundancies. So, while this might seem obvious, okay, it's still important to recognize the steps required to establish a true integration strategy. And decide what it is you want to gain from the enterprise. Ako yung business, no? I need to decide ano yung magigain ko from the enterprise integration platform. And if you will be the IT provider, okay, so you need to think ano yung magigain ng company from integrating the platform. So, by knowing that, decide on how you will measure the effectiveness of the platform. So, eliminate any overlapping processes so that the platform runs smoothly and you will be well on your way to an integration solution that works effectively for the enterprise. Okay? So, these are the steps, no? Roadmap, determine the metrics or you measures the strategies, the strategy effectiveness, okay, and minimize the redundancy. And building a successful integration plan. So how are you going to do that? Companies practicing good integration connect their entire ecosystem and gain. So, therefore, yung mga companies na meron silang maayos na integration, okay, so normally, yung kanilang ecosystem, no, yung lahat ng department, lahat ng system, or lahat ng department nila, they are using the system, naka-integrate, no? And they gain from that. So what are the things that they gain from the integration? So of course, they have agility. So keep critical business and financial information up to date, di ba? And therefore, if they are up to date, they can make better um, and faster business decisions. So hindi na nila kailangan antayin pa yung kanilang secretary na i-gather lahat ng mga data information before they can come up with an analysis and give decisions, di ba? So halimbawa, nakita ng business na itong produkto na to parang naka-stock lang o hindi nababawasan sa isang mall. So they can immediately decide na i-transfer that, or baka may problem, no? Bakit kaya siya hindi nabebenta or something like that, o baka kulang sa promotion. Okay? Or they can easily know na baka itong product na to malapit na mag-expire, so I need to do something, no? Kailangan ko na siya i-buy one, take one. Okay, pang freebie na siya. So that's part of agility. And then we also have what we call the visibility. Okay, visibility. Now, visibility into the data flowing throughout your business so you can proactively manage processes and troubleshoot some errors. And efficiency by connecting disparate applications and improving processes across the enterprise. Mas nagiging efficient, no? So naiwasan yung mga errors. And time and cost savings. Of course, this is the number one benefit that an integration of system can give, no? Time and cost savings by eliminating manual processes and costly legacy systems. So IT resources can focus on strategic activities. No, during the implementation or the integration stage, medyo mas expensive siya kasi gagamit ka ng mga technologies, magbabayad ka sa mga developers, and so on, magbabayad ka ng software applications and so on. But yung future benefit nito is, yung impact nito is, kumbaga, long time, no? Ibig sabihin, mas magbe-benefit ka ng mas marami kaysa sa ginastos mo. Okay? So, of course, accelerated growth. And with the ability to bring on new business and gain revenue, pag sinabi natin gain revenue, kukita, no, yung company. So, faster with out-of-the-box solutions that are easy to deploy. Okay? So, an enterprise integration platform that ties, no, pinagsama-sama lahat ng mga applications and systems together in one easy-to-use solution. So, that's the integration, enterprise integration. So, it aligns with the business needs. So, dapat naka-align sa business needs. Okay? So, pag once that they are easy-to-use solution and aligns to the business needs, it will better deliver on the promise of integration. And that promise is increased value. Okay? So customers' needs are changing by the minute. With the fast-moving world of technology and cloud computing, an enterprise integration platform can redefine customer reach, engagement, and improve the quality of customer service within the enterprise. And companies need to continue to innovate and evolve to meet customers' needs. And that's exactly what the right enterprise integration platform can do. So therefore, as an IT developer or provider, no, if you're going to install, to integrate system, okay, in an enterprise or in a company, so you have to make sure or to think of this, no, dapat yung flow ng operation mas napapaganda. Okay? And kung ano yung need ng company na susolusyonan. So yan. And of course, you need to innovate, no? You need to update yourself also. So hindi lang pwedeng na pagka-graduate ninyo, kung ano yung knowledge ninyo na natutunan, yun na lang yun. Okay? And of course, while studying, you also need to enhance, no, other skills, no, na kailangan ninyo. So as you can see, computers or technology changes, no? It keeps on changing. Siguro 6 months or 1 year, iba na naman, no, yung technology na ginagamit. So, yun lang yung challenge sa mga IT. No, so they need to update themselves. Kailangan ina-update nila rin yung knowledge nila so that you can be able to provide the clients with your clients with an updated uh, solution. Okay, kasi baka mamaya legacy na rin pala yung nasa mind ninyo, no? Mga stock knowledge na lang pala yan. Okay? So, you keep on updating yourselves so that you can provide good solutions to the business, to your clients. Okay. Now, another one, uh, we have what we call the basic integration architectures. Okay, so according to Lam and Shankararaman, so medyo na ano tayo dito. So there are 4 basic integration architectures. The first one is batch integration, no middleware between IT applications. So, ibig sabihin, in this architecture, there is, again, no middleware or direct communication between IT applications. So, there is no real-time integration. Batch files are transferred from one application to another. Okay, so, don't need to use the middleware kasi dapat diretso na siya. So, batch point-to-point integration. So, point-to-point communications and direct interfaces between individual IT applications. So, in this kind of integration, there used to be a combination of real and non-real-time processing. And then we have the broker-based integration. The broker acts as an integration hub that houses messaging routing and data transformation logic. So the middleware between IT applications and broker enables real-time processing. And what else? The business process integration. So the business process model captures the workflow between IT applications and the workers who perform the activities. And this architecture extends broker-based integration with business process knowledge. Okay. So we have the service-oriented architecture, or the what we call the SOA. So from time to time, you will hear about these acronyms or these words. Now, this is an IT systems business functions. Okay, can be accessed by other IT systems. So yun yung ibig sabihin yan. So both broker-based and business process integrations are considered to be part of the service-oriented architecture. So in which IT systems present business functionality as a series of services which can be accessed by other systems, by other IT systems. So they can be internal or external to the organization. So SOA is based on 3 major technical concepts. Now we have the service, enterprise service bus, and loose coupling. Okay, when we say service, it is a piece of self-contained business functionality, compromising either simple activities like retrieving yung computer data, customer data, sending messages to customer, okay, or complex ones like yung mga sales order management, inventory management. So when the service is available on an internet, it is known as a web service. Okay. So, kung ang transaction natin ng business ay we use the internet, so we also using service, no? Okay. So, or service-oriented architecture. Now, enterprise service bus, it is the broker that enables high interoperability between distributed systems for services. And it makes it easier to distribute business processes over multiple systems using different platforms and technology. Okay? And we have the loose coupling. It is the concept of losing systems dependency. No, na ibig sabihin, yung compatibility, yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. Na miski pag nag-connect ako sa iba, no, hindi mahihirapan yung connection ko because hindi siya dependent sa isang applications, no, or sa isang standards. So because business processes are distributed over multiple applications, so maraming mga business processes, iba-iba, and they are using these different business applications. So when you integrate that, okay, So, dapat hindi siya dependent, no? Ah, nandun yung tinatawag nating loose coupling. It is used to minimize the effects of modifications and failures. Okay? Now, on the other hand, business process integration architecture is based on BPMN. No, ano ibig sabihin ng BPMN? Business Process Model Notation. Okay, which is a graphical representation of specifying what the business processes, and the primary goal of BPMN, or what we call the Business Process Model notation, is to provide a notation that is readily understandable by all business users. Now, from the business analyst that creates the initial drafts of the process to the technical developers responsible for the technology that supports both the processes and the integration between applications. Okay. Now, BPMN is gaining rapid acceptance in the business and IT world nowadays. Okay. So, let me show you no, yung framework being done by Zachman. Okay? So, ito yung pwede ninyong gamitin pag propose kayo ng service ninyo sa isang company if you're going to provide service in technology, integrate no ng technology sa isang business. No, good example is the Zachman framework. So, developed by Jan Zachman in 1987, and they are widely used approach for engineering enterprise architecture, or IBM, a framework for information system architecture. Okay, so to solve these problems, he developed an early enterprise architectural methodology. Okay, and again, it becoming widely used for engineering enterprise architecture. So it was published in the System Journal for IBM, a framework for information systems architecture. Okay, and serves as one of the founding developers of business systems planning, or BSP. No, and let's see. This is the Zachman framework, but I don't want to share this to you kasi medyo malabo. So I'm going to share from the net, no, kung para makita ninyo maigi yung Zachman framework. Okay? Wait lang. I'll share. Saan na yun? Yan. Okay. Can you see it now? Nakikita ba ninyo? Or are you still there?
Kita na po, ma'am.
Okay na. So, yan. Okay, medyo mabagal lang yung net ko. So, I think mas maliwanag ito, no? Okay. So, this is the Zachman framework. Okay, so the basic idea behind the Zachman framework is that the same complex item can be described for different purposes in different ways using different types of description. And the framework provides 36 necessary categories for completely describing anything, especially complex things like manufactured goods. Okay? So the 36 categories are made up of 6 rows and 6 columns, taking the form of a two-dimensional matrix. So if you can see here, no, we have here we have 6, no, we have 6 views, or 6 rows of the framework. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have the row. Okay, row 1, which is the scope. Okay, and external requirements and drivers, business function modeling. So this is the planner's view. Okay, so ayun yung nagpa-plan, no, IT developer. Okay, so titingnan ninyong maigi. So this is now your view, the planner's view. So it includes the scope, context. So the view describes the business purpose and strategy, defining the playing field for the other views. Okay, so kayo yung magpa-plan and together with the business. So external requirements, it needs to be checked, ano ba yung mga kailangan, and the drivers, business function modeling. So contextual. No, so when we say what, so it should answer the question, what are the external requirements, the business function modeling that we'll need. So it should answer also how are you going to apply them, and where, who, and then who are the responsible person, when, saan i-integrate, and why, bakit i-integrate. 'Di ba? This is more parang pinapadaliin niya, no, yung pag-implement ninyo or pag-integrate ninyo ng system sa business. So dapat ito yung tinatawag natin parang part ng roadmap ninyo or plan ninyo. Okay? So, both the business management and the IT developer should come up, no, should talk about this. So, kailangan nakalagay lahat dyan. Okay. So, for the enterprise model, which is what we call the owner's view, okay, enterprise model, business concept naman ito. This view reveals which parts of the enterprise can be automated. So, you need to know, no, ano yung kakailanganan business process models. How? So, yan. So, that's the question. So, parang pumupunta lang siya dyan lahat. So, again, no, it reveals which parts of the enterprise can be automated. Kasi sino nakakaalam niyan? So, yung management, no? And with the help of the developer. Okay? And the third row is talks about the system model. So, logical models, requirements definition. So, this is what we call the designer's model, system model. Okay? It focuses on the system logic. So this view outlines how the system will satisfy the organization's information needs. Okay? So, ganun din, they need to answer what, how, where, who, when, and why. Yan. And of course, the fourth row is the implementer's view, which is the technology model. Now, in this row, it talks about technology physics. So this is a representation of how the system will be implemented while addressing production constraints. Okay, so implementers, sino ang implementers? Okay, so kayo yon at saka yung part na magagamit ng system. Yan. And then, row 5 is the subcontractor's view or component assemble. So, as built, di ba? Yan. So, what are the necessary things or requirements that you need to have, no, to build? Okay, and then how are you going to build it? Where, who, when, and why. So, ganun din siya. And, of course, the last one is the row 6 is functioning enterprise, which is what we call the user's view. So, operations classes. So, this is a view of the functioning system in its operational environment na. So, this time, ito na ngayon yung during na sa implementation na or the operation. Okay? So, yung user na ngayon, no? How will the user view or the system integration? Okay? So this involves evaluation na ngayon. So, nagamit ba ng maayos? May mga problems ba? Ano pang dapat na i-improve? So, something like that. So, yan. So, what? They need to answer also what, how, where. So, therefore, this framework, this Zachman framework, is very useful until nowadays. So, kung titingnan ninyo, kailan pa ba siya na-propose, no, ni Zachman? Diba? Mga more than 10 years na, 20 years, di ba? So, 1987. So, but it is becoming more popular. So, medyo nag-improve na siya ng nag-improve. Pero pagbabalikan mo, this came from the Zachman framework. So, yung nasa pinakita ko kanina, na Zachman framework, no? So, yun yung unang design. Okay? So, sana siya? Yan. So, medyo malabo kasi ito. Kaya I search for something na medyo madaling intindihin natin. Okay. So, again, There are columns no that answers what, how, where, who, when, and why. And um, in today's complex business environments, many large organizations have great difficulty responding to change. Now, part of this difficulty is sometimes due to lack of internal understanding of the complex structure and components in different areas of the organization. So, parang kulang sila no ng knowledge no kung ano yung mga kailangan nilang i-improve about the organizations and about sa when it in terms of technical or technology. So therefore, eto ngayon papasok yung mga IT developers. So you need to inform them no about how it will be implemented and how it will benefit the organization more. Kasi the fact that they ask for your services, so they know no that they need to improve something from their operations. But of course, limited lang yung knowledge nila. So what you need to do is to continue or is to orient them no ano pa yung mga iba pang magiging benefits nito so that they will appreciate the integration or the process. Okay? So, the Zachman framework provides a means of classifying an organizational structure. Mas madali para sa kanila maintindihan. Okay, so it is proactive business tool which can be used to model an organization's existing functions, yung elements and processes while helping manage business change. So the framework draws on Zachman's experience of how change is managed in complex products. So, John Zachman stresses that the framework, okay, can extend to the entire enterprise architecture. So lahat yan pwedeng gamitin no sa ng buong business. And it is not just restricted to information about architecture. Pwede rin sa iba gamitin. Hindi lang siya sa architecture or sa IT. No, pwede rin i-apply yan sa ibang scenarios or activities. Okay, so John Zachman sees the framework as being used as for planning tool. So pwede yan, no? Helps you position issues and make informed choices. Kasi nakikita mo 'di ba? Problem-solving tool, pwede rin siya. So, taming the complexity of the business abstractions, enabling the isolation of individual business variables. Okay, so, ibig sabihin, when you map no, the plan in using the Zachman framework, you can easily see no, what are the problems that you may encounter at the end no, or during the implementation. And then, evaluating tools and methods. All methods by mapping them to the framework and therefore proving a neutral way of cataloging what they do and do not support. So nakikita, nalalagay mo na dyan, ano yung mga tools na kakailanganin and what are the things na the tools na hindi at ano yung system na hindi pwedeng, that cannot be supported by the business, no? And then a context for building up flexible component architectures and systems. Okay, so in here, capable support high rates of enterprise change and replacing the inventory of existing systems which are sometimes not integrated as a result of being built or out of context. So nakikita rin dyan, no, ano yung mga pwedeng gamitin pa, components na pwedeng gamitin at hindi. Now, the IT architecture library is a library of volumes describing framework of best practices for delivering IT services. So, meron tayong tinatawag na ITIL. And it has gone through several revisions and its history and currently comprises 5 books. So, each covering various processes and stages of the IT service life cycle. So, systematic approach to IT service management can help businesses manage risks and strengthen customer relations, establish a cost-effective practices, and of course, no, build stable IT environment that allows for growth, scale, and change. So, yung ITIL developed by the British government's Central Computer Telecom Agency and during the 1980s. So, it was the first consisted of more than 30 books developed and released over time that confided best practices in information technology. So if you want to know more about this, no, to make you adept, no, or kumbaga, parang updated, no, about the technology, so you can search for the ITIL. Yan. So, again, that is this. I hope that you learned from our discussion for today, no, about the web integration of uh, IT or system in the business. No, so you learned how important it is, no, to be able to integrate a system. At um, what are the requirements, or what are the things that you need to do. Okay, so what are the challenges that you may face, no, in integrating system in a company. Okay, so at least now you have an idea on how you're going to do it. So wag natin kalilimutan, no? So again, now if you're going to integrate system in the company, so you need to put yourself in on the shoes of the one who will use the system, and not for your own convenient, because at the end of the day, they are the ones who will use your uh, the system. Okay? So, do you have any questions, guys, about the topic for today? May tanong ba tayo or clarification about this? Do you have questions? Okay?
Wala naman po, ma'am.